Well, good afternoon. It's just after 12, and today is Monday, March 15th. This is week 8 of the semester. I'm going to talk about your 3 assignments this week that are all due next Sunday, March 21st by 11:59 p.m. All right, the first one is from the research modules online, and this one's called Evaluating Research Sources. It's a quiz. Okay, so you don't have to do a lot of writing on this one. Just take the quiz, and it's 15 points. Your second assignment this week is from the Bedford, entries 10, 11, and 12. Entry 10 is covered with chapter 4 on critical reading. And then entries 11 and 12 have to do with writing clear sentences. And that's chapters 8 through 15. Entry 11 is 8 through 12, excuse me, yes, 8 through 12. And entry 12 is chapters 13, 14, and 15. Okay, your biggest assignment this week is finishing up your Macbeth quotes. This will be quotes from Act 5. You're not working in groups, we scrap that, just working individually, and you'll do your 14 quotes and submit them by next Sunday. And this is 15 points. Now I want to get you focused toward this Macbeth essay. Next Monday, the 22nd, you will get the prompt. And I wanted to go ahead and read the prompt to you now so you have it in mind. You also, just wanted to remind you, your rubrics for your essays, including the Macbeth essay, is under week 1 modules. Okay, so I'll briefly go over the rubric with you too. Okay, so here's how the prompt reads. I read parts of it to you before. Okay, this is going to be a 3-page minimum essay on Macbeth, 3 to 4 pages, let's say, and in standard MLA format. And you'll develop a characterization of Macbeth and Lady Macbeth with a compare-contrast of the two characters in their descent into madness and insanity. In this essay, you're going to use at least 10 quotations to help develop your essay. Your essay will be focused around this prompt with usage of at least 10 quotations. Now, Lady Macbeth, early in the play, she is a strong character who lacks all humanity, unlike Macbeth, who has a conscience. Lady Macbeth chides Macbeth for his lack of courage in his uncertainty in regards assassination of King Duncan. While still early in the play, Macbeth is talked into killing Duncan by Lady Macbeth. Immediately after killing Duncan, Macbeth is distraught and regrets committing the deed. As the play progresses, Macbeth becomes stronger in his attitude toward the murder of Duncan. In fact, he becomes resolved in protecting his position as the new King of Scotland. He decides to have Banquo and his son murdered. At this time, Lady Macbeth is still strong and resolved, and she chides Macbeth when he sees Banquo's ghost, telling him he's to act like a man and not show fear, because Banquo really messes up Macbeth. He feels fear. After Macbeth has Banquo killed, he visits the witches, which you learn about early in Act 1, and he becomes more resolved in protecting his position as king. After he visits the witches, he resolves to murder Macduff and Macduff's family. He has lost all his humanity. Later in the play, Lady Macbeth has gone insane. She becomes conscience-stricken over her part in the murder of Duncan, and also feels guilty for the subsequent murders of Banquo and Macduff's family. Macbeth, on the other hand, is deeply committed to do whatever it takes to protect his position. He acts like a madman, ordering the death of anyone he feels opposes him. So you see here a change in Macbeth from what he's like early in the play to what he's like now, being resolved and murderous. And Lady Macbeth, of course, has changed too, that she now has a conscience and she's going insane from her guilt. Due to Macbeth's horrendous actions, the Thanes of Scotland rallied to prepare for Macbeth's downfall. The English joined with the Scottish, making a strong commitment toward the dissolution of Macbeth. As Macbeth moves to prepare against an assault by the English and Scottish forces, Lady Macbeth actually kills herself. She has fallen so far from her deep resolve early in the play, her guilty conscience leads her to insanity and death. By the end of the play, Macbeth has become murderously insane. He thinks he's invincible. The witches have tricked him, but he is courageous to the end. He now has no guilt, no humanity, unlike Macbeth of early in the play. The result of his actions is death at the hands of Macduff. So Macbeth and Lady Macbeth both become insane as a result of their reprehensible plans and actions. The murders by Macbeth with Lady Macbeth pushing him on. Their demise shows the consequences of evil behavior. Okay, finally, to sum this up and conclude, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth take two different paths in descending into insanity. Lady Macbeth is a strong one when it comes to planning and executing the murder of King Duncan, but it doesn't take her too long to completely regret the part she plays in Macduff's murders and Duncan's murders. Macbeth, on the other hand, starts out as a man of humanity and conscience, but after he murders Duncan, he quickly slips into murderous madness, motivated by the witches. So we see that as a result of their horrendous deeds, both characters become insane and are met with death. Now, this is a really broad prompt. This last paragraph pretty much tells you what your focus needs to be on both Macbeth and Lady Macbeth and how they change in the play and how it ends up for them. Now, do not copy from this prompt. Use it as a prompt to form your own outline and essay. This essay is probably going to be about 6 or 7 paragraphs. So if you have, let's say, 5 body paragraphs, you'd be using 2 quotations in each paragraph to help explain. You'll be integrating quotations, introducing the quotations and explaining them, how they fit your topic sentences and your thesis. Now, for as far as the rubric goes, it's very similar to a rubric for your essays you've been writing, but what's added is the quotations for 100 points. Okay, so the effective integration and usage of 10 quotations at least throughout the essay, mainly in the body paragraphs. Okay, so that ends the lecture for this week. If you have questions, please be sure to email me and I will respond right away. So I'll be available right now for emails and tomorrow at noon for emails. Okay, so have a good week, get your work done, and I recommend you read the whole play for Macbeth from beginning to end with the prompt in mind. And then do your Act 5 quotations, get those written up and submitted. Take care now.